fighters touch him up. And here we go, our final amateur bout of the evening, Zach Long versus Brexton Everett.
Zach Long stuffs him into the fence quick. Great head position here, getting low underneath the chin of Everett, and Everett tries to get head position here. Great battle up on the fence. Zach Long looking to get that outside trip with his right leg, hook in the leg.
Everett landing some peppering uppercuts from the clinch.
Zach Long changes levels, looking for the takedown. Everett defending nicely with that whizzer with his left arm, using his right hand with the underhook. Everett's gonna look to use that right underhook to turn and put Zach Long on the fence. Easier said than done. Zach Long getting gritty with his head there. That forehead pressure is a big tool, an underutilized tool in mixed martial arts.
Zach Long doing a great job of separating from the clinch, landing body shots, and then reapplying that pressure.
Big uppercut from Everett on the exchange. That landed.
Two fighters separate and get back to the center of the cage.
Big head kick from Zach Long, blocked by Everett.
Everett with a smile acknowledging it.
Dives for the takedown. Big head kick from Everett. Zach Long looks to change levels, and Zach Long gets the takedown.
Good takedown by Zach Long with 1.5 minutes remaining in this round.
Everett looking to use the fence to get up here.
Let's see if Long can work from top. Everett latches onto a guillotine here.
Everett looking for a guillotine, but Zach Long looks like he's able to, pass. And just Everett looking for
Everett landing some body shots.
Zach Long looking to pull him away from the fence so he can't use it to get up. Now Everett's looking for the switch with his left arm. Zach Long recognizes it and starts to find his feet.
See if Zach Long's able to secure and remain on top as he works to the back of Everett. Maybe looking for a Kimura here, possibly?
Yep. Zach Long has a Kimura here off his back, loses his grip.
Zach Long is a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, displaying some skills early on here as he ends up on his back, and Everett works from top position.
Great pass by Everett, great pressure with the legs. Zach Long has the left underhook.
30 seconds remaining here in round number 1, a very high-level amateur fight between Everett and Long.
Everett has the anaconda, lets it go and takes the back. Great grappling from Everett.
Very good back take. With 15 seconds remaining, let's see if he can be offensive from here.
Everett's going to finish this round in a dominant position with both back hooks in. It's obviously important to win the majority of rounds, but in my opinion, it's more important to win the end of a round, because the end of the round is going to be what sticks in the judges' heads. So one could argue that Zach Long had cage control the majority of the fight, but also one could argue that Everett had the dominant position as far as having both hooks.
Absolutely, there was a very back and forth fight early on. Great display of grappling by both fighters.
Big head kick you see on the replay there from Zach Long. I forgot about those strikes. A hard round to pick on who took that first round.
You can certainly tell early on that this is, we talked about both of these guys possibly going pro here very soon. You can kind of see that this is the highest level of amateur fighting, and just a very different approach than some of the younger guys that are just getting started. You can see some of the higher level grappling, high level striking, a lot of composure. It just looks more like a professional fight.
Absolutely. We saw earlier in the evening, Alan Olivius' opponent, Jacob Thrall, took the back just like Everett did on Zach Long, but Thrall got too high with no hooks and overzealous, maybe being a little inexperienced. But in this bout here, with two amateurs about to go pro, you saw Everett take the back, have patience, and land both hooks there.
Big strikes being landed here early on by both guys. Good outside leg kick by Everett as Zach Long changes levels.
Nice whizzer from Everett, lands on top. Zach Long scrambling out the back door.
Let's see who can end up on top here as Zach Long hangs on to a single, trying to
Everett
double it off.
With the guillotine. This looks tight here. Zach Long is folded up, and there's the tap.
Brexton Everett with a guillotine, second round guillotine submission victory over Zach Long. Zach Long dropped for a single, was able to double off, and Everett latched onto that guillotine and was able to get the finish here early on in the second round. High-level grappling by Everett.
Absolutely. You know, Everett locked in that choke, and what kept, as you can see on the replay here, Everett has his legs locked on Zach Long's legs, which keeps Zach Long from keep rolling to his back to defend the choke. So not only did Everett lock up the neck perfectly, but he also locked up Zach Long's legs to where Zach Long can't roll out of the choke. This is just beautiful jiu-jitsu here. You know, training under a black belt like Joe Wilk on a daily basis is definitely you're definitely gonna learn a lot of tricks like that. And a great fight from Brexton Everett. Great submission over a tough opponent. I'm telling you, Zach Long is a tough fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so expect a lot of big things out of Brexton Everett and Zach Long.
39 seconds of the second round. Your winner by guillotine choke out of the blue corner, Brexton Everett.